Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you a Cyber Angel Dakini OTK. Now this deck was shared by my boy, that one guy Lewis. He approached me with this concept, and at first I couldn't make it work, but then we got this card, the boy Kiteroid. Kiteroid is so good for so many decks that I'm both happy this card is in the game, but I'm also a little disgusted because I feel like it's going to be abused in certain stall decks, such as one card wonder decks. But the card is great. During damage calculation, if your opponent monster attacks directly, quick effect, you can discard this card. You can take no battle damage from that battle. And then, during damage calculation, if your opponent's monster attacks directly, you can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. So this will protect you from 2 direct attacks. And it's great, man. It's really a cool card. I've never seen it before. I think someone mentioned this is like a Duel Links exclusive or an anime only card, so something weird like that. But I think it's great. I don't know if it fully replaces Sphere Kribo, because Sphere Kribo can protect your monsters from attacks. This will only protect you when you're attacking directly. But it's really good in decks that have trouble going first, and now you have a safer option to just pass. If you have this in hand, you can protect yourself from 2 attacks. Granted, that's cards that are going to play around it, such as Ancient Gears, Armades. Not Samurai Destroyer though, because Samurai Destroyer only keeps you from activating effects when they attack a monster. So I still think it's going to be a good card, and in a deck like this it really works because we really don't want to commit too much turn 1. What we want to do turn 1 is mostly search with either Senju or Sonic Bird, maybe set a Cosmic Cyclone to stop our opponent's play, or to get rid of the background in the end phase so that we can activate the skill. And Kiteroid really helps you do that. If I had a third one, which I'm assuming we'll get a third one if there's another bingo sheet for the event, but right now we're just holding its place with a regular Kribo. And yeah, this deck is pretty straightforward. We're trying to summon Dakini. I wanted 3 ritual monsters though, and because Dakini is semi-limited, I had to put in Isana in here. Isana is not as good, but it does have the 2600 defense, which can come in pretty clutch, as Dakini only has 2400 defense. You guys will see what I mean by coming in super clutch. And yeah, the combo with this deck is we take damage, or we use our Cosmic Cyclone. Then we can use Master of Rites to search either a monster or Advanced Ritual Arts. And we're using Advanced Ritual Arts so we can send Dragon Core Hexer. This card is very interesting. It's an 8-star dragon tuner with 2300 attack, 3000 defense. And the reason why we want to send this particular card to the graveyard is because it's a tuner. And we can combine it with Battle Tune. Battle Tune, remove from play 1 tuner monster from your graveyard. Target face-up monster you control gains attack equal to the removed monster's attack. And that is a permanent boost. And there's no sort of restriction like Concentrating Current. At first, Lewis had a Concentrating Current in here, but then I just went for the, what am I thinking of? For the permanent boost with double Battle Tune, and the deck is really good. I mean, Dakini itself, it's a monster removal. If you can attack directly and your opponent doesn't expect the damage step card, you hit him with Battle Tune. This goes up to 5000. This one goes up to 48. That's crazy damage. That more than likely, if you're going directly, it's gonna finish off your game. And yeah, that's pretty much all the deck does. I thought it was a cool use of the Master of Rites skill. I haven't used Cyber Angels, like a full Cyber Angel deck with this skill, and Dakini is super strong, man. In a build like this, you're able to run double Dakini without having to worry about using one of those slots for the Machine Angel Ritual. But first, these first 2 duels, I'm actually want to show you how good Kiteroid is. We're going up against Grandpa's cards. You're probably very skeptical right now. What is Grandpa's cards going to do to you? Well, you shall see. He has a very interesting deck. So it's going to go for dealings. I'm going to send 1 Kiteroid to the graveyard. So right now I can stop 1 direct attack with the Kiteroid in the graveyard, and I can stop 2 more with the Kiteroid in my hand. There's no sort of restriction. You can use it once from your hand and once from the graveyard. in the same turn, it doesn't matter. So I can stop a total of 3 attacks, which is pretty crazy. So I'm thinking my opponent is going for the normal Treasure Panda combo, but instead he summons 2 pieces of Exodia and then goes double Exodia Incarnate. Incarnate gains 1000 attack for each forbidden piece in the graveyard, so they're both 2000 attack. And not only that, where is it? Where is it? This card gains 1000 attack for each forbidden one, unaffected by other cards' effects. So he thinks he's won, right? Sphere Kuriboh doesn't matter, my back row doesn't matter, he has 4000 attack. Well, Kite Roid is not affecting him, it's affecting me. I'm taking no battle damage. So the only way I survive this is with Kite Roid. So he comes in pretty clutch. He has to add a piece of Exodia during the end phase per Incarnate, so they go to 0 attack. I also get my skill, which I don't really need because I already have my my monsters, but I'm trying to get a Dakini on the board. So we're gonna go Advanced Ritual Art. Come on, Mario, get it together. And he's going to send the Panda to the graveyard. So we're still gonna hit him for 2700, and then we'll still have one more Kite Roid to protect ourselves from a direct attack. And he's gonna have to get pretty beefy in order to kill me over the Dakini. But I was actually afraid that he was just gonna draw into Exodia here. Like I said, his deck is very interesting. I may or may not have swiped it. So you guys might see me play that maybe on stream or something. If he goes for Wonder One, I banish the first one, he has the second one into the void. Doesn't get the Exodia, but he is going to have a very beefy Exodia Incarnate at the end phase because of Into the Void. Into the Void sends everything to the graveyard, so he has a 4000 attack Incarnate. What I'm doing here, I'm trying to get my Dakini back into my hand. I don't have the skill anymore, so I need to draw my ritual spell, or I need to draw into a Sonic Bird. And Dakini is one of those cards that is not affecting an opponent's card directly. Dakini is kind of like affecting the player, because Dakini is telling the player, hey, you grab a monster from the field and send it to the graveyard. So that means we can send the Exodia Incarnate to the graveyard. We top deck the Sonic Bird, which is just what we need. Add our Advanced Ritual Arts, activate it. Go for the Dakini summon, and then we get the scoop because he realizes he has to send his own monster to the graveyard. There we go. Yeah, Dakini kind of broken in that sense. It doesn't matter if you're unaffected because I'm forcing the player to send the monster. It's not Dakini sending the monster. If that makes sense. Alright, and here we have a Dark Signer, and once again, this one, if I remember correctly, shows Kite Roid being super clutch. So we're going second, 6 Samurai. Oh yeah, I remember this though. He has a pretty normal turn 1. I'm gonna go for Sonic Bird, search for my ritual. I have double Kite Roid and a Kuriboh, so I have protection from damage for days. Goes United Fuma. So that's the second United, by the way. Draw 2, activate a third United. Summons Shien. Special summons Kisan. That is the third United. Look at the size of his deck. It's already at 9 cards. Insane. I'm gonna use Kite Roid. He doesn't attack again because he doesn't want to give me my skill. But I feel like that was a mistake. I feel like he should have just forced the Kite Roid or given me the skill. I mean, you have a monster to negate. Are you really that afraid of me getting one ritual spell? But we're gonna end the turn. He has 3 monsters. We're gonna take that damage. Banish the Kite Roid from the graveyard. Use the Kite Roid in our hand. Now we can go for the Advanced Ritual Arts. He negates, obviously. And this is where Isana comes clutch. I fear the back row more than the monsters because obviously if I summon the Dakini, it's not like he's gonna send the Shien to the graveyard, right? He's gonna send one of the Kisan peons. So I'm just gonna go for Isana and target the back row. And he makes a crucial mistake. Advanced Ritual Arts, Send or Dragon Core Hexer. This forehead, and I'm calling him a forehead because he should have known right now if he has outs or not to Isana in the current state of the field. He can't summon anything else. He can't boost because he doesn't have like a skill. So how is he gonna get over to this Isana? He still floodgates. So now that my Isana is floodgated, he can't run into it with Shien. He can't boost because he doesn't have a skill to boost. He can't dual wheel because I'm not gonna set another card. Plus he has too many monsters on the field. So then he finally realizes what I'm doing and then just scoops it up. So that was literally Kite Roid and 2600 booty that gave me the win right there. Alright, next we have Alexis. And now you should see Dakini put in some work now. Now that I've shown how crazy good Kite Roid is. And again, it's not for every deck. It doesn't replace Fear Kribo because it's not protecting your monsters. It only works with direct attacks. But I still think it's a great card. Oh, here we have the mirror match. The unfortunate mirror match, if I may add, for my opponent, because they're going first. Going first, only certain decks like to go first in the mirror match. Most of the time if you're playing the same deck, you want your opponent to commit first. We're gonna take this 35 so we can get our skill, since he didn't set any cards. So we get our Dakini, activate Advanced Ritual Art. Dakini forces the Isana to get out of the field, get out of my face. And at this point, I don't have another monster, so maybe my opponent feels kind of safe. We get to the damage step, activate Battle Tune, 5000, easy win. And think about it, in the upgraded deck, that Kuriboh is going to be a third Kite Roid. I'm really assuming we're gonna get it. I haven't checked, but I'm assuming we're gonna get the third one. So I would have been able to stop 2 direct attacks from my opponent. But I didn't even need to because I was trying to take damage so I could get my skill. Alright, but here we have Ishizu Ishtar.
Duel.
And we're going first. We don't want to play anything, so we'll just end. Now Gravekeepers is kind of yikes because it does stop our Battle Tune. It stops our Kite Roid, but it doesn't have the Necro Valley, so we can just go for the easy win right now. Cyber Angel Dakini. Now when I activated Advanced Ritual Arts, there was a delay. That basically tells me this is a Cosmic Cyclone. This is not an enemy controller. This is not Canadia. It's not Walla D. You know, you can go through the list of the cards they use. It's not Master of Rights. The trap that brings back a Gravekeeper because there's nothing in the graveyard. So I'm very safe to just attack directly because once this card leaves the field, there's no any sort of delay other than him choosing the monster to get off the field. But it's a Wall of D. I lied. There was no delay. Sorry, different game. But anyway, Wall of D, we don't care because it only decreases our attack to 800 and the Battle Tune still puts us above 4000. God, I hate when I do that. I hate when I think the replay is going one way, but because I played so many games, I don't actually remember exactly what happened. So yeah, Wall of D, no delay, I lied, still won. Then last but not least, I feel like every single video I have a replay where a Blackwing player goes first and they get obliterated. This is that replay because once again, Blackwings do not have a turn 1 play. You cannot change my mind. So we see the 2 back row. We're thinking one of them is definitely the trap because he summoned a monster. So we're gonna bait out the negation using the Senju. Works like a charm. Now we can summon a real monster, which is the Dakini. Activate the effect. Luckily there was not a second Blackbird close. Get it out of here. Damage that Battle Tune. 5000 to the face. And there's the Dakini OTK. Again, shout out to my boy Luis. He actually gave me this deck a while ago, like maybe a week or so ago, but I hadn't gotten around to playing it. And yeah, really fun. Thanks for the idea, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.